Since the patch went live, now we are going to go back to Blood Knight to test out some of the changes. In this one, I will mainly focus on Abomination changes, but I will show the animation speed of Skewer as well. Now let's change our class. Class change is done and I created a build for dungeons with the Abomination skill, and there are 3 buffs for Abomination in this update. The first one, Abomination primary attack speed increased by 20%, primary attack damage increased by 9%, cooldown reduced to 15 seconds from 20 seconds. Lifesteal is increased by 10%. Next, Abomination Blood Rush damage increased by 25%. And the last one is Abomination Shattering Fist. First and second attack damage increased by 44%, third attack damage increased by 64%. Now we will see if these buffs made the skill more usable, at least in PvE activities. And to test this out, I lowered my resonance to 1.9k, plus I removed some of my normal gems, so now I only have the required amount of armor and armor pen for Inferno 2. Let's do the test first, then we can talk about the build in detail. Let's see. This shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, all looking good. I'm not gonna activate Abomination at this stage, because it's gonna be wasted. Okay, this is fine, but this is the regular part of this build. We need to see how Abomination gonna perform. Well, it deals high amount of damages, it looks like. And attack speed seems high. Before everything else, this is really fun to use. If you are bored from your regular builds, give Abomination a shot. Really fun to play with it. These are no problem. By the way, before I use Abomination, I use Skewer to get the damage buff. This Abomination skill probably is gonna be more useful to clear pack of mobs rather than fighting with the boss. But to fight with the bosses, we have our other skills, so it shouldn't be a problem. Let's keep the Abomination for the next boss. Now we are gonna start with Abomination. I think it's looking okay, but not that crazy to kill the bosses. Yeah, your regular skills are way better than Abomination for single target. But like I said, you can use Abomination to clear a pack of mobs until you reach the boss stage. And that's it basically. Yeah, it's better when there is multiple targets to hit. And don't forget, I have a really defensive build with my Reforged Stones and Curse properties, so these damages might be higher for you. The other day we were testing the Barbarian with the same resonance and the same secondary stats. This is way better than Barbarian, by the way. So in general, like I said, Abomination is good to clear pack of mobs and it's fun to use, but our regular dungeon builds will perform better than this build and any build with Abomination. So Abomination is just for fun purposes only, and the buffs from the update didn't really change that, but probably in open world, Abomination can be very useful because there is a lot of mobs to kill, but in dungeons at the boss stage, single target damage is the most important thing and Abomination is not that good at that. Now let's leave this dungeon and check out the build in detail. First, let's check out our skills. We have Shroud of Night, Siphon Blood, Abomination, and Skewer. And of course, we are using Shadow's Edge as our primary attack skill. And for the set items, I used 4 pieces of Urge and 2 pieces of Banquet. Now let's check out our legendary items. For the headpiece, we have the Horns of the Hexed. Siphon Blood is no longer channeled and now moves with you, dealing damage and draining the life of nearby enemies. For the chest piece, we have layered aims. Shroud of Night now empowers you and nearby allies, causing your primary attacks to mark enemies for death. The marks explode upon reaching 5 stacks, dealing damage to the marked enemy. For the shoulders, we have this Abomination essence. While Abomination is active, defeating an enemy grants you Abomination's might, increasing your damage down by 5.7% up to a maximum of 28.5%. And for the pants, we have one more Abomination essence. Abomination also conjures an unholy aura around you for the duration of your transformation, dealing 3.4k damage every second to nearby enemies. For the main ant, we are using this Siphon Blood essence. When Siphon Blood damages the same enemy 3 times, it causes them to hemorrhage, dealing 4.4k additional damage. And for the offense, we are using this damage buff essence. Skewer also increases your damage down by 19% for 4 seconds. And for the additional main ant, we have the Besolver. The Skewer now causes you to leap into the air and slam into the target location, knocking enemies up and stunning them. And for the additional offense, we are using the new essence called Mooncall. Shadow's Edge now also increases your primary attack speed by 10% for 2 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. Other than that, always use Weaver Paragon Tree for dungeons and raids if you are a Blood Knight. And before ending the video, this is the increased speed of Skewer essence animation.